Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? I got mine. So happy Friday. I know some of you all are happy that it's going to be Friday. You know, when I was working, I used to be so happy for Fridays. Talk about putting a pep in my step. Unless we were on a mandatory 6 days, 10 hours, then I wasn't so happy about it. But I could always spend Saturday and Sunday with my sons, and we had this routine, y'all, where on Saturday mornings I put in Anita Baker and Gladys Knight or whoever and just clean up. We go to the grocery store. And then on Sundays, there were three of us, me, my youngest son, who will be 32 in like 3 days. And then my oldest son, who is 34, he'll be 34 in July. We will all pick a restaurant, you know, take turns picking a restaurant. And my oldest son, he loved Red Lobster, and my youngest son, he loved Chi-Chi's. I don't think Chi-Chi's exists anymore. If you all remember, those of you who are old enough to remember Chi-Chi's, like little Mexican restaurant. Man, I remember this one time. It was his birthday, as a matter of fact. And I asked him, I said, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he said, I just want to go to Chi-Chi's and I want to get some of that ice cream, because we were there when people had their birthdays. And you know, the staff would come and they would clap and they would have that flaming ice cream or flambe or whatever it was. And man, when I tell you, this kid, he literally planned his whole birthday, planned everything out. We went to Chi-Chi's. I told them it was his birthday. And at the end of the meal, they did it for him. And when I tell you the Oscar goes to the way this child, this little itty bitty boy said, the way I sat there clapping, like, did he plan all of this? My oldest son was sitting across from us like, you never would have known this child planned this whole thing out. I mean, it was crazy. We still talk about that. Whenever I need a good laugh, I think about that. But it was just hilarious. It really, really was. Man, the moments I've had with them boys. Anyway. Listen, let me say thank you to a couple of people before. I guess she just had to be there. But let me say thank you to a couple of people before I get started. I want to say thank you, Jericho. Jericho, thank you so much. It's like I don't hear from you and then you just come through. The last time you sent a little love my way, I bought a new caftan. I forget which one you sponsored, but I bought one and a new wrap. But I think that I'm going to use this one for the library pantry, and I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to get some more bags and some things for the library pantry. And to Lynetta, thank you so much. Lynetta, you just really stepping up. I see you, sis. Thank you so much. She wanted to also chip in on bags. I mentioned bags yesterday. I mentioned these grocery bags that I like to take to the seniors. Yesterday was the day, by the way. And this is where I sit down and I kind of, it's so convenient because now I have these. Y'all make it just as easy as y'all possibly can for me, because I got these nifty bags, and other people, like Jen and like, is it Gilda? Or, because sometimes I mix you up with another one that I'm really, another sister that I'm really fond of too, because y'all profile pictures are very similar. But anyway, they got me those racks. And so now I can just take the bag. It's so easy now. And instead of everything being all over the place, it's all nice and neat. I can open up a bag. I can decide what I'm going to put in there, whether it's going to be a crock pot, whether it's going to be throw blankets. Then I can go to the breakfast shelf. I can go to the lunch shelf, and I can go to the dinner shelf. The lunch dinner shelf that's the really big shelf. That's in my dining room, and it's taking up a wall in my dining room. But it's cool because it's nice and neat and it's orderly, and that's the whole point. It's real easy for me to just grab things. And so, You all are just amazing in that way. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. And you do make it a whole lot easier for me to serve the community. And so I just wanted to say thanks, and I hope I'm getting that across. And then Carmen Sita, thank you so much. While I was sleeping, and she also wanted her donation to go to bags, or she said, well, whatever. And Shirley started buying the library pantry little crock pots. And the seniors really like those. And I was really shocked because I thought, I don't know, that's just not something I would have thought to buy, but she did, because that and the throws were her idea, or the throws my idea. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But she sponsored a lot of that for us a few months ago. So the seniors, some of them have come to depend on that. They're requested because the word gets out. Listen, let me tell you, check in on your elderly family members. Honey, I know that they can be a lot. And I know these elders can be set in their ways. But let me help you understand. As someone who went to nursing school, someone who had both my grannies and access to a great grandma, someone who is a grandma, they're just scared. Now, if they're abusive, that's one thing, but they are just scared. They are scared of being alone. They are scared of leaving the world. They are scared of not being able to afford their medications. They are afraid of not being able to afford food. They are afraid that the love for them and concern for them will run out and empty. They're just afraid. And so, see, us that are a little younger than them, we have to understand that, and we got to be a little patient with them. And we have to be willing to take time out, even if it's just a couple hours, and listen to them. Because a lot of these elders haven't talked to people and had meaningful conversations with people, and they don't feel loved. And our elders are a wealth of information, and they teach us things that we need to know about history and the truth and about blackness. And they still have great, if not the most, value to our black community. Okay, so I'm glad I got that off my chest. Anyway, listen, I don't have a lot to say except for stay rested. Stay rested. It's a trick. It's a trick. The whole thing with Derek Chauvin and them wanting to release him. Now, I have no doubt that they'll do that if that's what they want to do. But we can't let ourselves get emotional, y'all. We can't allow ourselves to get emotional. And we can't allow ourselves to come out of rest. And we can't give this administration the ammunition that it needs to attack us. We can't. If what they're going to do is let that man out, stay rested. Derek Chauvin isn't worth your energy. This isn't worth our energy. Let them. They let go of the January 6th people. I guess pardon all of them. And as for Derek Chauvin, he's tasted some jail time. He's had some jail time. As a prosecutor once told me, he'll taste some jail time. He has done that. The whole world knows who and what he is. They know him for the vile, hateful, racist that he is. And sometimes that's all we can do. But this is not the issue that we are going to take to the streets about. Now, what I am concerned about and what I do want y'all to be mindful of, because I can't really go there in mixed company, okay? But I'm going to say, just like I told you to check in on the elderly Black people, check in on the youth. Hold them close and tight with you, to you. Hold them tight. Okay? Make sure you know where your kids are at all times. Make sure that they have a way that they can get in touch with you at all times. Make sure you have parental locks and controls on those phones at all times. Raise your kids in a way where they can hear you, okay? And let them know where they can go if you're not at home or if you're at work or you're not available right there in the moment. If you can't afford a secondary phone or whatever, or, a third phone or a fourth phone, a family plan, tell them who they can run to. This is another reason, yet again, why it is very important that we have our village built. Start building the village. Start bringing in their friends and their parents. Share with one another. If we share with one another, we will have to buy less. We will have to spend less. And we can take the money that we save and we can invest that money into our communities. Continue to mind your business. Continue to rest. Continue to work for your community, for the benefit of your people. Every time you see yourself getting ready to use energy for people that do not look like you and people who do not even like you, ask yourself, what are you doing for people who look like you? We know better than anybody the circumstances of Black America. So I'm not saying that you can't have empathy, but before you start crying over Palestine or the Latinos and what's going on with them, ask yourself. In Nebraska and what's going on with them, ask yourself how much crying and worrying and praying over Sudan you have done, or over the Congo, or over Haiti. They need us too. That's all I have for today. I want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday, because I plan to do something nice for someone, okay? It'll make you feel better about things. It'll uplift your spirits. It's good for your mental health. And stay righteous. If you would like to donate or support the platform, I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments, along with my P.O. box. I am very tired this morning. Yesterday was the day, so please excuse me. I love y'all for real. Have a good one.